Events Directory show. I'm Donna Ferguson. I'm your host of the show. And, it's always a great pleasure and honor to be here. And, I really love just being able to share and help everybody remove any challenges that they're currently going through. And, one of the biggest things that we come up against is fear of the unknown, fear of what you might know, but don't believe that you're enough to do it. And, it really does take a whole different turn in how you move forward with that, and it can really affect everything that you do. So I'm here today because I want to help you move to another level in your life. Hello, Susan, welcome to the show. Just let me know when you do come on, where you're from, where you're tuning in from, and what you do, whether you're working for somebody else or whether you work for yourself, it doesn't matter. But, I'm here to answer your questions today. And the only way I can answer those questions for you is by having you interact and join in the discussion and really make that happen for yourselves. So, as I said, I'm a breakthrough behavior specialist, and I really do work on a bit of a deeper level and find out what's causing the challenges that you're having, and we look at removing those as quickly as we can, or giving you some strategies to help you to work through that. So just waiting for my live to come up on my iPad, which always seems to take forever. So I'm just, let me know where you're from. Hi, Ruth. Welcome to the show. Wollongong. Wow. And a single mum. What a special job that is too, Susan, especially when you are a single mum. I've been there myself. I actually do know what that is all about. And I really do understand the pressure that you're under to make that happen as well as you can as a single mum, because there's challenges all the time in that. And, I'm here to help you move through that. So if you've got any questions around that, please ask. Ruth, Regional Victoria, and you're on lunch. What a great time to tune in. I guess with daylight saving time, it works out really well because I'm in Queensland, so I'm only 11 o'clock here. So it works out perfectly for your lunch. Rachel, hi, from the UK. Wow, welcome to the show, Rachel. Glad to have you here. And as I said, it's always a pleasure and a joy to be able to serve you, my tribe, with information and knowledge to help you move through to the next level for yourselves. Anne, hi, Anne-Marie from Logan. Welcome to the show. I bet it's nice and hot and stinky warm out there, bit humid, and let's hope wherever you are in the world that you're safe. I know that Australia has experienced massive fires around the nation, and I just wish everybody's safe and, taking care with what you're doing, and make sure you're aware of what's going on and do what's needed to keep you safe if you are in those areas. So let's hope everybody is safe. So, as I said, a breakthrough behavior specialist that really looks at any challenges that you've got, and we try and move those from a deeper level. So talk to me about what's going on. Ask me some questions. The only way I can help you specifically today is having you answer the questions and, ask the questions and allow me to answer them, because that is an honor for me to do that as well. So, I feel really blessed that I have this opportunity to talk to everybody. And I just love the fact that there's so many of you that drop in and say hi and, really do ask questions and interact into this show. So let me know if there's anything I can do to help you today, because it's really important for me. If I'm going to turn up, I want to be able to make sure that we have changed somebody's life today. whatever that is. I'm just looking for something to put my cup of tea on because it's very hot and I've got a glass top desk. So I'm just going to come back to this book because it's just on the wrong side. So, you know, I like to have a cup of tea while I'm talking to you all. It just makes me a little bit more relaxed and tuned into what's going on as well. So open up the energies. Let's raise that vibrational frequency and really start putting out there all the good things that you so deserve in this life. So Brian's here. Hi, Brian. Welcome to watching. Sharon, hello. Welcome to the show, my love. And Ruth, afraid of success. Oh, this is my passion. I'm always promoting people above me through being afraid of success. You know what? There's that is a great question. Thank you so much for sharing that, because often being afraid of success is actually something else, and it's not the fear of the success. It could be wrapped around a number of different issues for you. So we can look at different areas like, is it really fear? Is it your fear, or is it somebody else's fear that you're holding on to? And how we determine that is looking on a deeper level of where you came from and who in your family before you have been afraid to succeed or move up the ladder in their careers or in their business, which is really quite a big story that you're then surrounded with. So if there's fear there from a previous person, you know, just cutting those cords, doing meditations around cutting those cords so that you know, you can then move into a much higher frequency for you and become that person. It might be around an old money story. Maybe there was, you know, growing up, there was issues around money, and that, you know, there were sayings going on about, you know, rich, filthy rich, and, you know, there. I know that, you know, a lot of people in the past have said they've done something illegal to get the money that they get. So, you know, what's the story around that? Or, you know, is it just purely we have to work hard for our money, and, you know, money doesn't grow on trees, we can't afford that, like all these old sayings that perhaps have been ingrained in your conditioning, and it's time to let go of those, because sometimes the fear is not fear, it's a sabotage that you're bringing into it because of the old behaviors and patterns that you're holding on to. And that's a really big shift in your mindset to be able to do that. And it's really quite remarkable, because it's really easy to shift that and do that with a little bit of daily action that you can do, like writing up affirmations around having abundance and having, you know, wealth and being successful. And, you know, I am so happy and grateful now that I am whatever that is. I am so happy and grateful now that I have X amount of money in the bank. So what's the figure that you want? All of these things can be relative to that fear of success. And as I said, when we're talking about old money stories or old conditioning programming, that can often be somebody else's fear that you're holding on to, and not necessarily for you to own. And so move through that, let go of it, because it's not yours to own, and then start increasing that frequency where you're already starting to be the person that you want to be as the successful. Stand in that and see yourself, visualize yourself as doing that. So any of those stories could relate to that, Ruth, and you know, let me know if I'm on par with that, because there's definitely something going on there. And I would say, without having a conversation with you one-on-one, that any one of those or all of those can be contributing to that fear of success. I've been there, I've done it, I know what that's like. And, you know, the self-sabotaging, the old money stories, the not worthy of, the self-belief, all of that makes a huge, huge difference. So please let me know if that's part of where you are. Thank you, Sharon. I love it too. I get a lot of comments on it actually, and it's just, I just truly do love it. It's amazing. So, Catherine, hi Catherine, how are you? Welcome and welcome. I'm not sure where you're from, but let us know where you're tuning in from. Send me some hearts. You know, also it's really great to share these videos because not only does it increase your visibility, it also gives you association by the fact that you shared, just to, you know, bring that level of being associated with an expert that can help you to move forward. You don't know who needs this message, that sees your post that you don't even know about yet. So any messages are received with an open heart. My goodness, thank you so much, Sharon. I really appreciate that. And I think that's so true. I think when you can open your heart and allow your opportunities and your higher self to open up and receive those opportunities, then you can decide whether or not they are for you. Hi, Hunter. Welcome. Good to have you here. Catherine, I'm afraid of failure. Okay. So again, a lot of what I've just said for Ruth can still apply to you too, Sharon. Catherine. It can be very, very similar situations, and it can stop you from succeeding, but it can also contribute to the fear of failure. So failure and success are only energy, and it's how you look at that. So you know, look at that as well. And if there's anything specifically, if you can give me something more around that, I would love to know. And you know, I'm happy to help you out on that as well. So is there something specifically along the lines of what I was sharing with Ruth, what that might be, because that can really help me dig a bit deeper into that for you as well. Ruth, that makes sense. I was a child of the system. Yeah, wow. So never let the stigma go. Yeah. You know what? That's huge, Ruth. That really is. And that just brings a lot of emotion up for me. So it obviously does have an emotional effect on yourself as well. So yeah, and that's why, you know, there wasn't significant amounts of money around for you when you were growing up, probably because of that. So, you know, at the end of my show, I always put a link in. So please feel free to book a call with me. I'm available a couple of days next week. I've opened up for some calls. So please feel free to have that call with me, and, you know, let's do some one-on-one and get some answers. And I'll give you some real actions to use that take about 10 minutes every day to do. They're not long. They won't interrupt your day. And I'm more than happy to share that with you on a more personal level to your journey, if that makes sense. Like, I can give you generic information here, but really personal to your journey. Once we sit down and have a chat, you know, I can give you some really great ideas and offer you some information and strategies you can start implementing straight away. And that's a free call, you know, that doesn't cost anything. It's an absolutely free call. And I'm not going to sell you anything on that call. I just want to help you, and that's what I'm here for. This is my time that I contribute to this community because I want to help. I'm passionate about helping people. Definitely self-sabotage. Oh, yeah, we saw that. I'm from, Tauranga. No, Tauranga. My mother and father-in-law used to live at the Mount and then moved back over the other side, where they spent many, many years at Te Araha. So, yeah, I know Tauranga. Welcome, and thanks for sharing that. It's good to have you here, Sharon. Definitely self-sabotage. Yeah. It seems like there's a lot of stuff going on between Ruth and Sharon that are very similar. So, Hunter, I feel stuck of late, not sure which way to turn. Okay, Hunter, great question as well. Like, you know, feeling stuck, it's a lot of us, again, are afraid to take that next step, but we don't actually realize that it's ourselves that are stopping us. So what is it that you're wanting to achieve? Where is it that you want to take your journey? And share that with me so I can then tap into that a little bit further, if that makes sense. I'd love to be able to answer that with a bit more clarity for you, for sure. So, you know, it depends on where you're going and what you're doing, how you want that developed. I can definitely get into that a little bit further for you. So Rachel, good morning. Good morning, Rachel. And Catherine, running a business on my own for helping pets with natural products. What a great thing. I know there's a lot of that going around at the moment where people are trying to tap into that. And I know there's a lot of healers out there that are actually healing animals and working with animals on a spiritual sense to bring healing and behaviors through. I've actually got some friends who do that. So yeah, that's a great thing. If you can get a collaboration with somebody, refer business to each other, that would be fantastic. Look around your area for something. Catherine, did you say you were at Wollongong? I don't know now. I'm sorry. No, that was Susan. No, Catherine, wherever you are, like just search your area for the immediate local area where you can actually start to collaborate with people and look at how you're going to be able to, you know, share information between the two businesses. Because if you've got somebody who's into natural healing or, you know, talking to the animals, the animal doctor on a spiritual level, then you can definitely make a great connection there to work together. Because if they're going and seeking help through natural healing for their animals, then they will definitely be looking at more natural products for their animals as well. So that's great. Catherine, hi Catherine, welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us, my dear. Ruth, thank you so much. Oh, wonderful. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad that helps. So, oh yes, back to work. Yep. You were meant to find me. So come back onto this, Ruth, if you get a chance, and you know, book a call in when you get a chance. I have got some time next week, so I'm happy to do that. Okay. Rachel, I'm very unmotivated since a road traffic accident, been in recovery for a year. Wow, feeling yeah, Rachel, there's a lot that can be going on there for you, and depending on the injuries that you sustained during that accident, as to how I can help you with that. And you know, this could be a really personal thing for you to share openly. So if you don't want to go into detail, that's fine, but book a call in with me because I'm happy to share some more information. I do all my calls, everybody, via Zoom, so you will receive a Zoom link to actually do that call. And it is something that you know, if you haven't got Zoom, you will need to download the app and then just click on join the meeting when you get that link. So it's just easier for me to tap into you when we're one-on-one, so that I can see you and we can talk as, you know, as a collaborative sort of sense of making things better for you. So, you know, I really get into that energy a lot better as well, so I can understand what's going on. So yeah, and something like that, if it's been a year, I can completely understand that, you know, you would be feeling extremely lost. And you know, depending on what it is and what you're wanting to do, but I would highly recommend that you start scripting a detailed affirmation on what it is that you want to do, who you want to attract into your life to be able to do that, whether it's work or whether it's your own business or, you know, whatever that is, do that, because then you can start bringing that positivity forward. And you know, a lot of language that we use, like I'm feeling very lost, I've been in recovery, there's ways that we can tap into that as well, and that's something I can definitely do for you on a one-on-one call. If you want to do that, that would be great. And you know, let's talk about how we can how we can instill a better language so that you're intercepting any thoughts and chatter that's going on about that wording, because those words can be very damaging in themselves. And, you know, when you're in recovery and, you know, that people tend to stay in that state when they're using those words, if that makes sense. So I've been in recovery for a year. It's like I've been in, but you're still there. And I don't say this at all disrespectfully, so please understand that this is the work that I do, and everything I do and I share it with absolute love. So, you know, that could be turned around into something more positive, like I'm so happy and grateful now that I am, and lose those words about recovery. And also feeling lost, there's affirmations you can do around that as well, so turning it into a more positive. And, you know, don't get me wrong, I don't know what the extent of your injuries were, and I don't understand where you're at exactly, and a chat will definitely help us to do that. So let me help you. Let me help you reach out and book that call, because that would be amazing. Ruth's gone back. Injured myself seriously at work 2 years ago. Not sure. Okay, that's where you're stuck. So you're not sure where you want to go. So Hunter, I'm not sure what you've done previously, and you know that probably doesn't matter, because if you've lost your passion for that type of work, then that's absolutely fine, because what that brings to you is a whole new clean slate where you can start to work around what you truly want to do. And, you know, I find it really amazing that the universe forces us to make decisions in our path and our lives because of something like this. Say, for instance, so if you were unhappy in the work that you were doing, then, you know, this has given you a reason to start focusing on where you want to go. So what I'd be doing is I would start just brainstorming and journaling a little bit around what it is that exactly that you want to do, how you feel about it, tapping into the emotional side to really understand if that's truly what you want. Once you've done that, I would start writing up these short affirmations around a detailed script. So short but detailed. So, you know, the type of work that you want to do, who do you want that work to be with, whether it's for yourself or whether it's for somebody else. So who is the perfect person that all the qualities in that you would like in a person to work with or to work for you. So it goes all the way around, and then step into being that person yourself so that you can start lifting that frequency and sending that out. So the universe will then start to give back to you what you're truly looking for. And along with that, what happens is that once you start raising that vibrational frequency and start vibrating that frequency out to the universe, you will start receiving that really quickly. So be really detailed when I say that. You know, it only needs to be 2 or 3 sentences though. And you can make a number of them. So do them, you know, I'm so happy and grateful now that I am working whatever it is. You know, you might know of a company that you want to work with. Do some research around that. Make sure that these people, you know, check them out on Facebook. Check what's their behaviors outside of work, because their behaviors outside of work are definitely going to be what they bring into the workspace vibrationally. And if that's not something that aligns with you, then you definitely don't want to be working for those people. But they still might have some qualities that you want to take out and put into who you want to attract. So it doesn't have to be that person. You're looking at qualities in people and businesses that you want to attract to bring a job or to bring you up into a business, and these people will start stepping into your life once you, it's so amazing when you start to open up to that. Let go of any attachments that you have with that. It's not about when you have this is what it will bring for you, but step into the emotions of how you feel, like visualize it in the present, and look at that and say, something along the lines of, I am so happy and grateful now that I am working in my business called, whatever the name of the business is. And it's really important to get that information, because if you're not really, and brainstorm some words that reflect what you want if it is a business that you're going to start for yourself. So there's so many different ways, and so many different short sentences that you have to, or that are best to write up, so that you're attracting every single little part of what you want. And, that can make a massive difference to where you're going and what you're doing. So that's amazing. Hopefully that's helped. I know it was a lot of information very quickly, so let me know if there's anything else. And please feel free to book in a call, Hunter, if you would like one as well. We can tap into that a little bit deeper and a little bit further for you, because I can see that you're at a T intersection in your life, and it's really easy to shift through that once I know a bit more. So Catherine, Melbourne, Narra Warren. I always get tongue-tied with that suburb name. So Melbourne, yeah, wow, welcome from Melbourne. Hopefully it's a beautiful day down there today. Rachel, feeling the same, Hunter. Yeah. So, it seems like we've got a theme going on with our guests on the show today. So, and it always seems to be, you always tap into the right show at the right time, because you're willing to receive the information that's being shared. So, Rachel, thank you. You're welcome. You're very welcome. Catherine, you make so much sense. Yeah. And it's not, it really isn't hard once you can grasp it. And, sometimes things are said to us a million times, and it's the 1,000,001st time that somebody will say it in a way that says, oh my God, that is exactly what I needed to hear in that way. Now I get it. So, it took me years, and I've done a lot of work on myself. And, with my business, I run, I teach people this stuff on a daily basis. So for me, it was like one person said one thing one way. Like, I struggled with marketing in my business, and I just didn't know how to get it out there. And then all of a sudden, one of my business coaches was there, and he was talking about, somebody asked the same question, and he came up and he just went blah, 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 blah. And I went, oh my God, that is so easy. I just get it. Like, now I know. Now I know exactly what I have to do. And since then, my results have skyrocketed. So it's just really important that you keep onto it until you meet the right person that will actually give you that, yeah, okay, light bulb, got it. Now I can move forward. So you're welcome, TJ. You're more than welcome. Oh, how do I say that? Kopilai? I don't know. I hope I got that right. Thanks for your sharing. You're very welcome. Calling in more financial abundance through feeling blocked in some areas. Okay, so there's many things that you can Google on money manifestation and financial abundance, on meditations, and they're really great. And remember that when you do this stuff, when you're writing this stuff down, make sure that you're writing down not electronically, taking notes, but take notes with a pen and paper, because the brain accepts that information a lot deeper, on a much deeper level when you're physically writing it down. So even when I'm talking to clients on my calls, I write the information down and then I transfer it electronically, because then I get it a bit more. And then I've got a recording as well, which I can go back over if I feel like there's just something that I might have missed. So that's, you know, writing these affirmations down is really, really important, Kopalai. And I would say, you know, things like, I'm so happy and grateful now that I am a magnet for abundance in my life. I am so happy and grateful now that I am earning X amount of dollars. I am so happy and grateful now that I am attracting my ideal client who happily pay for my services. You know, all of these things. I do this every day. I write these things down every single day. Not only abundance, but where is it? But I write down, I do a number of different things, and I do a full page, foolscap page on everything. So I'm writing down my 10 affirmations. I'm being as descriptive in some areas as I possibly can. Others are just one line. Then I have a money manifestation affirmation that I write down, which is many different lines. So, you know, that's the second part. And then the third exercise I do is to create a change and a shift in the way that I think about things. So shifting the structure of my subconscious mind so it's not overriding what I want to receive and accept in my life, if that makes sense. So I'm shifting a paradigm in some way that I'm able now to have a different frequency. It changes the frequency you're on when you're breaking through certain things. So hopefully that has made sense to you. And if, you know, if there's anything else that you would like, let me know, because I'm here to help. And I'm really dry and I'm going to have a drink. So if there's any more questions, please pop them in while I do this. So this is great. I can't believe we've gone half an hour already. So please, if there's anything that you want to know, please share it with me. Like I said, my pleasure and joy to be here and to serve you, my tribe. Whoever turns up on these calls are turning up for a reason. There's something they need to hear. There's something they need to ask. There's something they need to receive. So whether you're asking or not, it doesn't matter. You're really still doing this and receiving it. So, you know, just by being here. So that's really important. I am just going to share this as well while I'm here, because I really want to do this. I was thinking today about to learn more about business marketing. That is so funny. Yeah, it's and it's a real tricky one, because you have to be so connected with who you want your who is your ideal audience, super connected to that. Because if you're not specific with your audience and specific with exactly who they are, is it men, is it women, what's the age group, what you know, what sort of people are they, people, what sort of income do they earn to pay for the services that you provide, all of that sort of stuff. So there's no point in marketing anything until you actually are very clear on who you're marketing to. Because you can put marketing out there, but you can be sort of targeting everyone, and everyone is not your client. So that's why it's super important to know exactly who your client is. Yeah. So Darius, how do you shift self-sabotage and worth to transform into positive? Great question. I'm just going to share this, which won't let me share there. That is a really good question, because Darius, it's really easy, but there is some work to do it, and you have to do it on a continuous basis, like on a daily basis, to be able to do that. Things like you know, your affirmations. So when you start writing down those positive affirmations about yourself, because what areas of sabotage are you looking at? You know, when does it usually happen? What are you usually doing at the time? Like, when you start getting specific, you'll start realizing, and it could just be something that is not yours to own as well. Like, it could be previous conditioning, could be previous beliefs that need to be changed, which can be done easily as well. So writing up these affirmations, positive affirmations every single day, with, you know, I am so happy and grateful now that I am, or I have, or I am being, or whatever it is that you're doing. So all the things that you believe might be the areas that you're sabotaging in, it's really time to put a positive affirmation on that. And then that will automatically start to lift your frequency and your conscious awareness. And then what happens is you'll start, because sabotage is a really funny thing. And I learned this technique many years ago, where when you start to understand your thought process, and that, you know, this goes on a much deeper level. Like, this show's probably not enough to be able to do this, but just generally, when you start to understand where your level of conscious awareness is in all areas of your life, then you will suddenly start to, and I'm at the stage now where I can have a thought and go, okay, where's that come from? All right, let's understand it, connect with it, and release it. So, but when you start, before you understand how to release self-sabotage, you're getting little thoughts in your mind, and you're speaking certain words and saying certain things, and you don't realize that that's actually turning into a sabotaging pattern. So what happens then is, once you become more aware, you might not pick it up at the initial thought, but that will come with time. But you might pick it up an hour later and go, okay, how come I'm doing this? You know, why am I doing this? How come this is happening now? And start thinking back over that thought. Will, because you're more conscious of it, that thought will come into your mind that that's how that happened. All right, where did that thought come from? So you start examining what your thought processes are. You know, sometimes it can be days before you'll intercept that behavior that's causing self-sabotage, until you really get it down to a technique and a skill. It is a skill, where, you know, like I said, I'll have a thought and I'll be like, where did that thought come from? Okay, let's examine that a little bit more clearly. And now I understand that that's from, you know, a younger me. And so I connect with that younger me, and then I understand the thought, and then I go, okay, you know, you've served your time, you've done what needed to be done, and now it's time for me to actually release that information, because it's no longer serving me, and it definitely isn't going to help me in this situation. And so then you release it and you let go of it, and then you just take the opportunity to open up for further opportunities. And every time you do that, you're going to start raising your vibration and your frequency, and then you're going to start opening up a whole new level. And, you know, some things will happen really quickly, and some things will happen really slowly. And because some things happen quickly, you'll start questioning, how come these things aren't happening? So what I recommend then is that you truly go into this, wow, I intercepted that thought, or I intercepted that behavior, even if it is 3 days down the track. Wonderful, let's celebrate that. I am so grateful that I am able to do that. Wow, that's amazing. And then every time you do that, you're going to put a more positive feeling and emotion into your mindset, your subconscious mind, which overrides negativity, which we have more of in our subconscious mind than we have positive. And I know this is starting to get really sort of on a much deeper level, but then, you know, every time you celebrate, then you have these great things starting to happen. And at the end of each day, it's like, what did I do that was really great today? Wow, that's right. I intercepted that behavior and I now know where that stemmed from, and I'm doing some work around that. What could I have done better? Well, you know, I intercepted this thought, but it was 3 days down the track. Maybe I can be more consciously aware of that thought when it comes in much quicker. So there's things like that, and you will start to move through that. And if you're consistent with that action, then you are going to move through that self-sabotage. And look, don't get me wrong, I still find things come in and I'm like, what? Why is this happening? Like, I don't remember having that thought. So instead of locating the thought, because I don't remember when it might have occurred, I just release the behavior because I know it's no longer serving me, and it's not required in this particular area that I'm working in at the moment. So, you know, there's many different ways you can do it. But to start with, it's really important to go back to where that behavior started. Look at, you know, what age were you when those behaviors started? What was the experience that you were experiencing at the time? What was going on in your life at that moment? Was there behavior from an authoritative person that actually started to kick in, you know, that, you know, especially when you're less than 7 years old, because your subconscious mind just saps up everything. It just sucks in every bit of it. Information, because it hasn't got its full filtering on, and so it doesn't realize what is good and what is bad, and it doesn't know how to accept and reject. So everything that you're doing at the moment as well is a cause and effect. So if you can look back and start looking at the cause, even, you know, even little things like a month ago, you know, you might have had struggled with making a decision on something because you were procrastinating, which is all, you know, also connected to self-sabotage. Then, you know, that decision that you were struggling with, 3 or 4 weeks down the track, you can become sick with something, like whether it's cold and flu, or whether it's headaches, or whether it's you know, upset tummy, because every cause that you create has an effect in your results, and that in itself can be a sabotaging behavior of connect, because everything is emotional and everything is energy. So I hope that makes sense. I mean, I could talk about this all day, Daria, so I hope that's really helped. So let me know if there's anything else, and please book a call in if you would like one, because we can tap into your personal journey around that if you want to, a little bit more and a little bit deeper, you know, specifically for you. Sonny, hi Sonny, welcome to the show. Trying to keep faith when I'm constantly confronted with heavy challenges. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Great. Thanks for sharing that too, Sonia, because, you know, that's really important that you understand that is going on. And again, everything that I've shared on this show already is all about being able to understand and connect with what those challenges are. So where are those challenges coming from? And how have they affected you in the past? How have you dealt with them in the past? And maybe you haven't dealt with the original challenge that you faced because you didn't know how. And again, this is something we can really talk about one-on-one. So, you know, how do we move through that? Well, start writing your affirmations. Start being really specific about what you want in life. There is a procedure and a process that I do every day, and one of them is that, first of all, you have to really protect your boundaries. So you have to really protect your energy so that nobody intersects or interferes with your energy. Know where your boundaries are. Oh, and for some reason I have a really tickly nose. Know where your boundaries are and know what's okay for people and how close you want them to get, because you don't want them to crack your energy field unless they're invited to do so. So that's one thing. Heavy challenges can also be around, again, that protection, but protecting it on a deeper level. And also setting your intention for the day is really, really important. So what you want to achieve for the day. But what I would also do is really start to journal what's going on for you, what these challenges are, where you think they're coming from. Get the emotions that you're feeling when you're writing this down, and you know, tap into what those emotions are, and then look at what those emotions are, and then start to write a positive affirmation around each of those. So what you do is you start writing basically like a life script, I suppose, how you see your life. So once you've done the journaling, visualize what it is that you want in life, where you want your life to be, what you want in a job, what you want in a partner, what you want in a family, what you want in you know, income, what you want in travel, what you want in relationships, both business, professionally and personal, and then start writing specifically what that is once you start visualizing it. Because when you visualize it and you start writing that down, you're connecting that feeling, the emotional feelings that you're feeling when you see that. And that's not an attachment, that's different to an attachment. So you're really only tapping into, this is what it makes me feel like. I can see myself walking through, Italy, through the villages, the streets of Italy, and, the energy around Italy is fantastic, and everybody's sitting in the sidewalk cafes, drinking wine and eating cheese and, ripping bread apart. Like, that's what you want. So you want it to be very real. And, Google stuff, get some pictures going, start to really see yourself in that space. So I don't know, I mean, travel was just an example, and that was easy to sort of do because I'm not sure where your challenges are. So, but do that with every single area of your life. So money, time, work, career, whether it's business, relationships, both professional and personal, family relationships, what your immediate family is, if there's challenges there, start to put out a higher frequency on a vibrational level where how you want to see that relationship to be, and then start being that person. Because everything you write up, if you don't step into being that and that visualization and feel, notice I closed my eyes and I could see people walking, through the little village laneways, and I could see them on the cafe sidewalks and, sidewalk cafes, drinking their wine and, buongiorno, and, there's all ciao, and there's all this language going on, and Italy has such a romantic feel about it. So, these are things that, oh, wow. Sonny, that's amazing. Oh my gosh, there you go. I don't say things for no reason. So if you've just got back from Italy, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Wow. So, they're the things that you want to tap into to release the challenges. So whatever area the challenges are, you want to step into that feeling and visualize and be in that moment. Even if you step out and look down and be the observer. So, hopefully that's all made sense for you. I just thought that's so uncanny that you've just come back from Italy. That's amazing. Vicky, great message about being specific about what our needs are to be met. Yeah, look, totally, Vicky, that's so important, because you can put out there what you want and you'll get exactly that back. So if you're not specific, and, you know, I know people who say, I want a new car. You know, they might be specific about the type of car they want, but they're not specific about how they get that ar. And next minute, their car that they currently have is written off. So really be careful about what you're sending out there, what you're saying to yourself, because your subconscious mind, remember, the universe doesn't identify the difference between imagination and reality. So it doesn't know what's real or not, but it does know that if you don't truly believe that with your subconsciousness, then the subconsciousness is going to send a different energy out there. So that's really important to put in all this information I've shared with you today. Kelly, still trying to make decisions. Yeah, look, Kelly, decisions, you just have to really make a decision. You know, sitting on decisions and, you know, what is it that you want? What is it that you truly want? And commit to a decision and then start acting on it. Because until you commit to a decision, nothing is going to happen for you. You know, people say, oh, when I get enough money, I'm going to do this. Well, the money will never come until you commit to making that decision and start changing the paradigms and the behaviors and the patterns that you already have. Because, you know, once you start committing to a decision and start acting upon it, then the money will come. You don't have to know how. You just have to make the decision. Like, it's huge, I know, and it's very fearful for some people. But if you don't break through that, you don't grow, and you don't get what you want in life. So decisions are really easy. You just have to commit. What is it that you want? Write it out. Tell yourself every day what it is that you want. Commit to the decision. Make a goal card. You know, I have goal cards. I can send you a goal card. Pop your email address in and I'll send you a goal card. Do that. Get the goal card. Write it up. Be specific. Date it. I'm so happy and grateful now that it is the 31st of December 2019 and I am. You know, make the decision, commit to it. But you have to act as well. It won't just come in unless you're writing your affirmations down every day, if you're taking action, if you're doing the things that need to be done to get there. But just commit to the decision, whatever that decision is. Darius, thank you. Yes, perfect. I'm glad that made sense. I know we really sort of got right into things there, Darius, so I'm really glad it helped for you. Hunter, I'm writing all of this down. Thank you. You're very welcome, Hunter. And remember, guys, please book in for a call if you want it. You know, it's really important that you follow through and really understand exactly. So if you have any qualms, please come back to this. I know the link only works when you are, I know it only works when BeLive's finished the live. For some reason, it's something that happens with BeLive. So come back in and click on the link. I've just put it in now. So, you know, when you're ready, feel free to book that call and, you know, let's have a chat. It's a 30-minute discovery call. Get in and let's do some work and really make it specific to you. So, Sonny D, wow, I've just come back. Absolutely, you're amazing. Sonny, look, you know, like I said, I don't say things for no reason. Sometimes I didn't even think about that. Like that was just something that came when I was speaking. It was like, you would have noticed it flows. So I don't really get direction on it. I just know that words come in and I've got to speak them. So that's what I do. A lot of the time, it's a type of channeling, but it's not intentional. I just say what you need to hear at the time. So, Hunter, you've been truly amazing. Thank you, Hunter. I really appreciate that. Yeah, so I'd love to help you more. That'd be great. Like, I think it's really important that you don't stop at this point. And, you know, when you need some clarity, just book a call in. So as I said, I've opened up a couple of days next week for appointments. So feel free to do that because, you know, it does bring me so much joy and happiness to do this for all of you people, all of you guys. You know, just being able to help you and give you some clarity around what your questions are. It's really important for me. So, and here we are nearly at the end of the show. So if there's any more questions, please ask. We have less than 7 minutes left, and I'd really like to help that, help you further. So Kelly, if you want more specifics, please ask more specifically on that. When this is finished, this the link that I put up will go to my appointment bookings on my Facebook business page. So that's how you book the call. Then I'll send you the Zoom link once it's all confirmed, Sonny. So please feel free to do that as soon as we're finished, because I don't think, I'm not even sure, you might be able to copy and paste it to bring that page up. But it's really the actual link won't click through until the live is finished. If you have any problems, please private message me so that I can do that. So unique vibrations, I'll just put the page name in there so you can go to my page and message me as well. Thanks for all your advice. You're very welcome, Rachel. I really hope that has helped. No problem, Sonny. I look forward to hearing from you. So what an amazing day. Gosh, we really got some depth into these questions today. That's what I'm passionate about. You know, I can answer these questions with just doing some stuff and going, yep, you know, and tuning into what's going on using a pendulum. But that's not how I work. And I love getting into the depth of things. I love being able to really have you guys understand more about yourselves. I really like you to get clarity around why these behaviors are happening. Because if you don't understand it, then you're not going to break through. So, you know, this is great. Today has been amazing. Thank you all so much. I really appreciate it. You know, I love doing what I do. You probably guessed that, right? But I really do. I absolutely love doing what I do, and I can't think of a better platform to be doing it on. So, you know, if you're in business and you need some help, you're stuck with some areas, or you're thinking of starting a business, you know, that's all part of it. Let me help you with that as well. So, like I said, this is a free call. Get 30 minutes, one-on-one, getting into the nitty-gritty of what it is that you truly want. So I think today has been absolutely amazing. And wow, we've got like, is it just under 5 weeks till Christmas? Eek. I'm excited. I love Christmas. I say to my husband, turn all the Christmas carols on. He's like, I don't want to listen to Christmas carols. I'm like, turn them on. We only have them for, you know, a short time. And now he gets to the stage sometimes where I'll come home and he's done the Christmas tree, and I'm like, wow, somebody who doesn't like doing Christmas. So that's why we're together. Hi from the UK, Melanie. Welcome to the show. We're just getting ready to wrap up. So Melanie, if you've got any questions about what you're doing and where you're going, there is so much information on this live today. Please go back and listen to the whole replay. You are going to pick up some information, but really quickly, what's your question? Let me know so I can answer it for you and see whether, or at least point you in the right direction as to whether we've already answered it. So and then if you want to, please feel free to book a call with me, because you know, some of this information, I know that there's people out there and they just go, you were just talking to me, you know, and in a way it's true, because everybody, and there is a theme going on here today, and I love that. because we're just getting into really deep stuff. So would love to know, Melanie, if you have a question before we wrap up, that would be great. So Melanie, I can't see you on here, on there. We are going to go over time if I don't get a question in the next 5 seconds. So everyone, look, thank you again for being such a wonderful tribe today. Thank you so much for sharing all that you shared, because some of this stuff can be really personal, and I know that some people really struggle with that. So bear in mind, I'm here to support you in any way I can, and I really look forward to having a call with you all and spending some time to get to know you a little bit better. So bye for now, and have an absolutely extraordinary weekend, because you were born to be extraordinary. You were not born to be ordinary. So let's make that happen. Bye for now, everyone.